Stoic life principle number 3. The law of impermanence. Everything in nature, from the smallest bug to the greatest star, is subject to change. Everything in nature goes through the stages of birth, growth, decay, and death. Nothing stays the same forever. Every star, every planet, every animal, every plant is subject to change. The only thing that stays the same forever is the law of impermanence itself. Scientists believe that our planet will be habitable for only about 1 billion years. After that, the planet will be inhabitable for living creatures. It will become a dead planet. Even our sun will one day die out. Scientists believe that our sun will die out when it will run out of its hydrogen fuel in about 5 billion years. Everything in nature, regardless of their shape or size, is subject to birth, growth, decay, and death. This law of impermanence also applies to our lives and to our possessions. Everything we see and own on this planet will one day decay and die out. As the Greek philosopher Epictetus pointed out, if you love something, always remember that that thing is subject to the law of change. For instance, if you love a certain clothing item, remember that it will go through the stages of change. And if one day its colors fade or it gets torn, you can then easily bear it. This law also applies to our relationships. Remember that both you and your loved ones are subject to this law of impermanence. Everything in nature is either in the process of growth or death. Keeping this law in our mind will help us avoid unnecessary emotional suffering. And it will also help us bear life's adversities with understanding and composure. It would also be helpful for us to keep in mind the sayings of the old Greek philosopher Heraclitus. Everything is constantly changing, and no man can ever step in the same river twice. Because it is not the same river and it is not the same man.